Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a forecast for the collective for December, or whenever you come across this. As you guys, most of you know by now, all of my readings are timeless. So if you come across this at another time, another month, another year, whatever it might be, you can still get something from it if you feel drawn to it. If you are coming across this at a time that is not December, you can use this a few ways. You can just listen to the whole thing and apply it to whatever time period you're in. You can go down to the description box where the timestamps are, watch the overall energy for the month, like the general reading for the month or overall, however I word it, I forget now, and watch that. Or like you could treat it like a pick a card and choose the week or whatever you feel drawn to and click it. Or like, let's say you're in week 4 of September. When you come across it, you can click on week 4 and just apply to the time you're in. So you guys, I was gonna do my makeup and all this, but I just wasn't feeling it today. So here I am. Got my coffee and my Grinch mug. If you know me, you know we do Grinchmas in the household. Second set of holiday nails for the season. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna do my overall energy for the month and then we'll get into each week. I wanna show some love to anyone who's experiencing holiday grief or holiday blues. Sending you love. This too shall pass. But don't try to bypass your feelings. Work through them if you can, to the best of your ability. And as I say that, look, this is already on the bottom. So this is basically the energy of nurturing and compassion, showing yourself that nurturing and compassion during this time. Okay, so let's look into the overall energy of the month. I'm only working with 2 decks today. Okay. It's reversed, but let me just show you what it looks like. So it's a message of telling stories, but it was reversed. One message I'm already getting is that holiday grief or holiday blues I was just talking about. I know I'm experiencing it in my own way, but if you look at this, you know, it looks like different generations reading a book, telling stories during the season. So one thing I'm getting from this is some of you, even myself included, are thinking of the people who were once in your life that have now either transitioned over, or just how this almost like changing of the guard's energy with aging, whether it's you aging or seeing those around you aging or just the end of an era time. Like I know that's what I've been seeing is like so many end of an era kind of things happening. You know what I mean? So you're just seeing all this change, and some of that is bringing up reflection and a little bit of grief energy, because now it's just like what you see around you is just so different than what it once was, and that's understandable. And I think that's the first message is Spirit is saying, one, you're not the only one going through this and you're welcome to feel what you feel, but also you can't avoid this. You know, things are going to change. So all you can do is adapt and learn from those experiences and cherish the good memories. On the good side of this, and I feel like it's a little bit of a struggle, that's why I feel like it came reversed. But on the good side of this, you can make new memories now. With that changing of the guard kind of energy, you are just now in a different role. And maybe it's you now leaving something behind for those that are younger than you. For me, for example, it's my daughter. I am now the holiday magic maker for my child, where it was once my mother. And so I'm the one, and my husband, we're the ones creating the new traditions and the stories, how we see fit. And one day it will be her for her family. That's just an example. But I think what Spirit is saying is you have your own way to make things your version of things, your stories. You have a story to tell. What knowledge can you now pass down? What traditions do you want to keep, and what new ones do you want to make? And who do you want to do it with? Because don't feel forced to spend time with people, whether they're family or not, that you know are going to disrupt your peace this holiday season either. So keep that in mind as well. What? I know, baby, I heard it. She heard a motorcycle go by. Let's get another message for the overall energy of the month, and then we'll get into each week. Also, I feel like that telling stories is also remembering spoken tradition or community like that, especially if you come from an oral-based culture, and just remembering the stories told and all of that. So we have the Queen of Spring, which is Queen of Wands energy. So this month, whenever you come across this, Spirit is reminding you to please believe in yourself, your talents, your abilities, and also make sure you're keeping your balance between work and enjoying yourself. You don't want to go too much one way or the other. And one thing that's also coming through is, it's going to sound a little weird, but this is the only way I can explain it. If you are someone who has their own business or just looking for support in any way, in particular online is how this is coming through. If you feel like people are almost like trying to put you in this fan category, like for example, you and someone else clicked at one point and vibed, and you mutually followed each other to support each other's business, but then you notice they unfollow you but keep you still following them, but it's almost like they're trying to make you a fan all of a sudden, you can remove yourself from those situations. I don't always agree with matching energy, but that's one of those times where it's like, match the energy. They're not supporting you, don't support them. In that way, at least. That's for whoever needs to hear it. I know a lot of people who work in content creation or have their own businesses and trying to promote that. So that's why that's coming through. And it's like a common theme I'm seeing lately. Okay, so now let's get into each week. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. General reading. Okay, Hearth is reversed. This is what it looks like upright. Okay. So for week 1, you may be feeling a little bit left out in the cold, but Spirit wants to remind you the warmth and the love is still there. So there may be a little bit of some emotional struggle for whatever reason, different reasons for different people. But also it's a reminder that you are your home. You know what I mean? You carry home with you in your heart. So whether you're no longer spending the season in the places you did as a child, or if you're alone, like not with a partner or not with family, or whether it's just plans didn't work out how you thought it would, you are your home. You carry your home within, whether that's the memories or what you choose to make of the time. So that's something that's needed to remember, because I feel like there's a little bit of that struggle in week 1. I'm also getting some like power dynamic struggles for some people to where you may be bumping heads, but still speak your mind, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it, because I understand that some people may want to just keep the peace, but always holding your tongue can also create more problems later. So just kind of being selective of choosing your battles wisely, and it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But then also remembering that, you know, home is within you. You can turn a situation around. And, you know, if you want to just spend time doing things that make you feel more cozy and keeping your own peace, do that in week 1. Focus on that. We also have the 5 of Spring, which is the 5 of Wands energy. So either you and others or someone else may still be bumping heads, opposing goals, or maybe it's what you're comfortable with inside yourself versus what you're trying to do, and that's like a struggle for you internally. Like feeling at odds with yourself, that kind of a thing, or just little annoyances that may be coming up in week 1 as well. But of course that will pass. Going into week 2, The cold moon, another reversal. With it being reversed, I do feel like it is a struggle with the end of a phase, end of a cycle. But overall, this release is needed. And needing to trust your instinct over the overthinking in your mind is something that's also coming up. Reflection of self mostly, where the focus is mainly on no longer making excuses for certain things when it comes to you and yourself and your life and the direction it's headed. But things are coming back into balance. It's a focus on renourishing, replenishing you and your own cup, filling that up first. It's like that, like when you're on a plane and they say, put your mask on before you try to put on someone else's. Yes, baby! Few minutes. Put on your own mask before you try to help someone else with theirs. That kind of energy is for week 2. Okay, let mommy finish the reading first and then I'll give you some, okay? Spirit is wanting to remind you that when it comes to your concerns or things that are bothering you, solutions are coming. Take your time and don't rush with certain things. I feel like I'm talking to myself with that, but it's like, take your time, don't rush. And in the bigger picture, it's also like, don't rush the process of something. Not always just like moving slower, but also understanding and having that clarity that you cannot rush the process of something in week 2. Going into week 3, there is more of a focus on gratitude. But even more so, one thing I'm getting from this is gratitude for the change of heart in something. For some reason, I'm being very drawn to the light here, right by the heart. And so it's like there's a change of heart. So whether it's you having a change of heart or someone else having a change of heart regarding something, there's a gratitude around that, like having gratitude for a change of heart. Different things for different people. I also see 5 of Winter, which is 5 of Swords. So for many of you, I do feel like it's also you having the change of heart. Or maybe it's you and them, but mostly for most people, I feel like it's you having a change of heart, because there's this energy of walking away from dishonest vibes. So if someone's being dishonest or something just feels off or not right, or if you were previously being dishonest with yourself about how you feel about a situation or people, or even something you've been doing, that change of heart is now having you leave all that behind, because it is in direct conflict with where you're trying to go with your life and what you're trying to do and where you are now and moving forward. You're seeing what's not worth the effort and moving towards happiness. In week 3, may not be fully, but you're taking steps towards it. Going into week 4, the last week, still a focus on self-care. And self-care is not just, oh, let me go get my nails done, let me go treat myself to this or a spa. Self-care is honoring your emotions, honoring what you feel. Like, for example, if you feel you need to rest, then rest. If you feel inspired, then jump on that. Self-care is being honest with yourself even when it's uncomfortable. It's got an energy of surrender to it too, like an energy of letting go of what's beyond your control, but working on what you can, that kind of a thing. Self-care is also sticking to boundaries. Self-care is also getting help or asking for help if need be, all of those things. But it is also doing things that you love and enjoy. We have here the Prince of Spring, which is Prince of Wands energy. So in week 4, taking steps, maybe feeling a little bit restless still, but taking steps towards feeling more confident again, more excited about the future, which makes sense, getting ready to go into a calendar new year, even though it's not the true new year, if you ask me, that's in the spring, but it is a closing out of like the shadow chapters of certain things. And I do feel like there's this feeling of excitement coming through for majority of people, not everybody, but majority of people, where it's like you're ready to get going again, you're ready to take action or feeling motivated, but that comes after. Like it's like rest and then motivation, rest and then motivation. So maybe that rest, it's like you need to go ahead and take it also, because maybe that's how the clarity and inspiration will come to get moving forward, coming up at some point in that week too. So remember, these are highlighted energies. So these all may be things that are experienced at different times throughout these weeks. You know what I mean? And so if you're feeling confused, like, isn't that contradiction? Not necessarily, because you have a whole week, right? So one day this is the focus, another day could be this. So that's what I see going on. If you made it this far, send me a Christmas tree, any Christmas emoji, Yule emoji, winter solstice emoji, however you identify, celebrate, whatever winter holiday season you celebrate. Let's put it that way. Send me your favorite emoji, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye.